Hi guys, yeah, so in this video, I'm just gonna get into Euclidean geometry. Um, Looking at the first theorem about the chords and the radii. Okay, radii is just plural for radius. Okay, so don't forget to follow my Instagram page, Russell M Mathematics. And also, don't forget to like this video and please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the notification button so that you can get notifications of every video that I'm going to upload. This is a page that we have fun with mathematics, so let's get going. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna take my pencil and compass and I'm just gonna draw a circle quickly because there's something that you want to find out about that circle. So let me just draw the circle. Okay, all right. We have a circle here. Okay, now I'm going to draw. Oh, wait. Before I do that, let me just mark my center. Okay, you can actually see it from where your compass was standing on. So this is the center of the circle. I'm gonna need that later. Okay, now I'm going to take a ruler and draw a line that comes from one end of the circle to another, but it doesn't pass through the radius. Okay, that is a line that we call a chord. All right, so that is what we call a chord. Okay, now what we are going to do there, I'm going to use this thing called a set square. All right, in a set square, what we know is that this angle here is always 90 degrees. Okay, so I want to draw a line that comes from the chord at an angle of 90 degrees to join with the center of the circle. All right, so this line, okay, so let's just draw that line quickly. All right, I'm just gonna draw it here. Okay, all right, let me just finish it nicely. All right, let's do this, let's do that. Okay, so what we know is that this angle is 90 degrees, which means that angle is also 90 degrees. Okay, let's just check something on this chord quickly. Right, from this point on the circumference to that point there. Okay, if I measure with my ruler, I'm getting 32 millimeters. All right, you can try this with another circle, even with different measurements. It doesn't matter really. Okay, and if I measure from there to there, that also gives me 32 millimeters. Now, what does this say? Can you see what happened? If I drew a line from the center of the circle to this part and I made sure the angle there was 90 degrees, this side is going to be equal to that side. So that is a theorem that we must always remember with circles. Okay, so I will call this theorem. Okay, sorry for the spelling. I'll call this theorem 1A. Okay, what does theorem 1A say? Right, so this theorem says the perpendicular, so the perpendicular line drawn from the center of the circle, from the center of the circle to the chord bisects the chord. Okay, bisects the chord. Okay, what do you mean when you say bisects the chord? Basically, what you're trying to say is that it cuts the chord into two equal parts. So cuts the chord into two equal parts. Okay, this is a theorem that you will always have to remember so that every time you deal with geometry, you are going to go back to this theorem. Okay, right. Let's just quickly check out the converse to the theorem that we discussed earlier. All right, so to do that, I'm just going to draw another circle. Okay, so let's draw another circle quickly. All right, so here's a circle. Okay, don't forget to mark the center, all right, because you are going to need that center. Okay, now I'm just going to draw a chord on any part of the circle, right? So I'm just going to draw a chord there, right? Now, if we remember last time, in a previous video, I did explain how to draw a perpendicular bisector of a line segment. So I'm going to draw a perpendicular bisector of this line segment here. Okay, so let's just make sure this is just over the halfway point. Okay, I draw an arc there. And then let me just put it there. I draw an arc here. Oh, and I draw an arc down there. Put it on the same point as we had here, and then I'm gonna draw an arc. Okay, now we're gonna draw the perpendicular bisector of this line. Remember, it joins this point and that point. Okay, what we do know when you draw such a line is that this side will be equal to that side because it's a perpendicular bisector, and that will be 90 degrees. Now, we're seeing that if we have a chord, we draw a perpendicular bisector to the chord, that line is going to pass through the center. Okay, so, and that is true with every circle that we're ever going to have. So this gives rise to a theorem. Okay, so let's call this theorem 1b. So the theorem 1b will simply state that the perpendicular bisector, so the perpendicular bisector of a chord of a circle, passes through the center. Passes through the center. Okay. Right, so this is another theorem that you always have to remember as well. All right, so the proofs and the previous exam questions on how to use these theorems is going to be in the next video. Okay, so if you found this video helpful, or if you really enjoyed what you've been explaining in there, then please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That's my handle. And you can drop me a quick email if maybe you want tutoring or help with your maths. And if you found this helpful, please like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and click on the notifications so that you can know when I put new content on this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.